Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dychronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about This Week at Bungie for December 12th, 2019. If you did not know, This Week at Bungie is basically their blog post about Destiny 2 in the past week, current week, and the next few weeks of Destiny 2. And of course, my versions of the TWAB are going to be your audible versions, where I'm going to give you my synopsis, my opinion about the different things, and skipped a bunch of the useless information. And while that is happening, obviously cute animals are going to be on the screen, so just open your eyes for now, but for the most part, you can just sit back, relax, and just enjoy. And of course, if you have any questions or if there's something I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Oh, and hey, would you like some free stuff like an Astro A40 headset, Blue microphone products, or maybe even a $20 gift code to Control Freaks? I got a giveaway going on right now. You can get exactly those items. Check in the description down below if you want them. So there's actually a bunch of stuff that's going to be part of this TWAB. First of all, we get a big introduction to the Dawning event, showing off that the Dawning is coming very soon. Obviously, we had the launch of the DLC very recently, 2 days ago. Lots of stuff coming up. They talk about the new exotic armors that are released, more on the Dawning event, as well as a really nice tool about the Season Pass, as well as a couple of known issues that they're trying to address. And then finally, this is going to be your second to last TWAB of the year. Now, they do skip a couple of weeks until the new year happens because of the holiday season and people actually want to go see their families or whatever that stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Seeing their families, am I right? Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. This week at Bungie, first and foremost, the DLC has in fact released. So if you have not seen it already, you can go to Ikora, then you can go to Osiris, play some of the Sundial, you'll have some of the Obelisks to futz with. Personally, I haven't played a lot of the DLC. I played like 3-4 hours of it, so I haven't really gotten too far into it. For the most part, it seems like it's not that big. As we move along, we'll be able to see more and more stuff unravel. It's about the season and not the DLC drop, so we'll see 2 new obelisks open up next week, as well as a new Sundial boss, a new quest to go save a legend. I assume we're going to see Saint 14 himself and maybe even save him. There's going to be Dawning event, Iron Banner, more Sundial stuff, exotic quests, Crimson Days, more Sundial stuff, and whatever the hell Empyrean Foundation is. Maybe it's a new map for the Sundial. I'm not sure, but there's going to be new stuff that unravels over time, but for the most part, the DLC is not gonna be big. Something else that they mentioned here, which seems kind of out of place, is they mention a perk for weapons that they've introduced with this DLC called Vorpal Weapons. And I've actually looked this up. They also tell us in the actual post that this is a perk on a weapon that increases the damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians while their super is active. You know, I just have to mention very quickly that this is very scary that this ad is showing up right now. I purchased one of these like many years ago, and then I used it for the first time in like a year, and then it shows up as an ad, and that actually makes me very frightened. How is this possible? I have never seen a commercial. Oh, now it goes away when I'm talking about it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we're just gonna move on. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Moving on to this next section, they actually give you a preview of all of the new exotic armors that are available for each of the different classes. There's one new exotic for each of the class. First of all, for the Hunter, we have the Bombardiers. Basically, you dodge and it leaves an explosion after a short delay, which actually sounds like a lot of fun, something that I look forward to actually getting and using. Next up, for the Warlock, in my opinion, it seems like it's the best one. It's going to be called Prometheus Spur. Basically, while Daybreak is active, defeating combatants or guardians creates a healing or empowering rift at their location. So you go out with Daybreak, you defeat a whole bunch of enemies, and there's just rifts everywhere. And that just sounds kind of crazy. It may not be the super powerful thing, but it really does seem kind of crazy. And then finally, the Titan ones, called the Severance Enclosure. Basically, defeating an enemy guardian with a melee attack or a combatant with a finisher unleashes a devastating, damaging explosion. For the most part, I haven't really seen much of the explosion here because I started with my Titan. I've actually gotten this already. Haven't seen much of an explosion, but it says that there is one. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the Dawning. If you did not know, the Dawning is going to be the Destiny 2 Christmas event. It starts next week on December 17th and goes for 3 weeks? 4 weeks? Oh god. Okay, 4 weeks. Yeah, so it's 4 weeks from December 17th to January 14th. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on. If you haven't seen it already, there's a dedicated trailer. It's a 30-second trailer where they show the basics of everything that's going on with the Dawning event, but they also go through a bunch of the stuff as well as more stuff in this particular post. First and foremost, it's going to be basically the same thing as last year. You're going to have an oven, you're going to be cooking cookies, there's going to be new ingredients, there's going to be new recipes that you have to go find, as well as a lot of the old ones that you use to give all the vendors around the world. On top of that, there's a new weapon being offered this season, which looks very similar to an anti-ope. It's an SMG, I assume a 900 RPM adaptive frame SMG, I want to say. On top of that, there's also going to be a re-offering of the machine gun Avalanche from last year. I will say one thing about Avalanche and one thing only. Its stats are worse than the Hammerhead in every way or equal. The Avalanche is a worthless weapon. Unless they've made some changes, I don't like it. On top of the fact that the perk options are not as good as the Hammerhead either. Obviously, it's a solar one, but now we have solar heavy machine guns, so I don't care about the Avalanche. Sorry, I'm just a little bit salty that they gave us this weapon that really felt useless. I still don't get it, like, it's worse in every way. Moving on, there's also some other things along the way, some new armors for the Dawning event, which I really like the Warlock one. Warlock one looks absolutely top. There's some new ghost shells, which look very, very nice. Some new sword, apparently, and then finally, a sparrow that looks like a polar bear, like... Are you kidding me? A polar bear sparrow? That's freaking awesome. And then finally, there's going to be a new finisher, which you have to purchase for silver. That's called the Perfect 10. Next up, something that I think is actually really nice. If you played during last season, Season of the Undying, and you forgot to pick up some of this stuff on the seasonal rewards, like I did, I forgot a lot of things, you actually can go back and actually claim those items. Now, you cannot do it in-game. What you have to do is sign into Bungie.net, the actual web page, go to this link right here, and if you want to find this link, you can find it in the description down below, go to the TWAB, and then scroll down to this section, and this will bring you to this page right here. Once you've signed in and everything, you can claim all the stuff that you forgot to claim last season. Now, I forgot to claim a lot of things, like, for example, the ornaments, the emotes, the silver, the materials, ornaments, full plasticity set for all my characters. Now, I didn't forget everything, I did leave a few things in case I needed them or if I didn't care about them, but you can go back and claim them all. Even per character, if you forgot the full plasticity set on all the characters, you can literally go back and get them, which is really cool. And I'm so thankful that they did this, because I woke up Tuesday, December 10th and went, oh, I've forgotten to pick up everything. And they basically said, hey, you can go pick it up. And 23 unclaimed rewards. Sounds about right. And of course, make sure you have the available in-game inventory space or at least 10 slots in your Postmaster, otherwise you're gonna get some stuff removed and deleted. So clear your Postmaster, clear your characters, and then claim all this stuff. It's great. Moving on to the Dr. Bungie section, which is signified by this blue section here at the top, where they talk about the known issues, the current updates, and the next updates with Destiny 2, basically the stuff they want to fix or have fixed. First and foremost, this first section says, hey, the Dawning is available to everybody who has New Light, which is everybody who has Destiny 2. All you have to do is escape the Cosmodrome and achieve Power 770, which is a very easy thing to do. Should be quite quick, meaning that everybody can participate in the Christmas event. Moving on to Destiny 2 Season of the Dawn known issues, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I gotta say the Dynamo thing was really funny. First of all, there's apparently some PC settings that are being reset when you close and open Destiny. These things include things like windowed mode, resolution, VSync, frame rate cap, anti-aliasing mode, and key binding for forward movement, which I don't know what that means. On top of that, resonance stems are not providing the override frequencies when consumed. These are the things you get from Mars to be able to find those nodes to get that emblem. On top of that, some Forsaken activities cannot be accessed and give you a honeydew error when launched. And of course, the big one that everyone is talking about, Dynamo mods temporarily disabled because there was an issue where you got an exorbitant amount of super energy. Literally, you threw down a rift and you got 95% of your super. It was crazy. You put down a well, you throw down a rift, and you kill like 2 guys, and you have your super back. So you could just infinite well, and they were like, no. After a few hours, they just disabled it entirely for having double dynamos. It was crazy. Next up, the Sunbreaker Titan combo bundle that's being sold by Eververse. There's supposed to be a discount if you already have some of the pieces. Apparently there wasn't the discount, so they disabled that until they can fix it. There's also an issue with players who complete a quest or accept a quest from Osiris. You have to go in and out of his inventory before you can pick up some of the other ones. Also, there's issues with players not being able to progress the Sundial activity if the player who starts the encounter dies before the allies can join them. Now, I haven't had this happen, but that sounds like something that would happen. There's also an issue with the new seal for the Season of the Dawn, the Savior title, incorrectly lists the requirement of 28 triumphs when it's actually supposed to be 15 triumphs. And then lastly, there's some issues with a couple of different triumphs, including the Season 9 Challenge Triumph, Ritual Triumph, and Engagement Triumphs that have to do with modes, Gambit, and weekly challenges. Apparently, they're not accepting properly. And of course, for the movies of the week, I highly recommend you watch this one, The Moon's Haunted, that actually earned the spot for this movie of the week. It's really funny. I'm not a big fan of the song, but it's well animated, it's funny, it's timely, and if you're a Destiny fan, you'll get the jokes. And the very last thing I want to mention, like I said before, this is the second to last TWAB of the year. They take off a few weeks for, you know, family and holiday and all that whatnot. So just so you know, next week is going to be the last TWAB of the year, last little news drop, which actually should have some pretty good information leading up to the one that's going to happen in 2020. You know, when I thought about the prospect of entering 2020, my mind always went to, oh, only one more year of this madman, but considering the impeachment going on right now and the dissecting of the koalas and the Ukraine stuff, we might not have to wait till 2020, but It's just really funny that we were looking forward to 2020 and now it's like, what's gonna happen? Anyways, enough of the American political system. That's gonna be pretty much it for this week at Bungie. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any questions, of course, leave me in the comments down below those questions, any concerns, anything I missed, and all that whatnot. Of course, let me know how you guys are getting on with the Season of Dawn. By the way, they call it Season of Dawn. I don't know why. It should be Season of the Dawn, but Season of Dawn. Anyways, that's the end of it. My name's Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.